Hi, people of Canada and of Earth. I'm Joshua Illuminator, and I wanted to give you an update on some of the things that we can do as people to not only protect ourselves, but also those around us, and some of the things that I've been observing occurring across Canada presently, and even, let's say, North America. So to start off, if you don't know who I am, if you haven't seen any videos, I have been presently working within the court system of Canada. Not necessarily because I have to, but because I see an opportunity in using common law and natural law in particular to hold those accountable who have actually committed wrongdoing against the people. Let's face facts here. There are a lot of people that are really doing atrocious things and are going along with something that a lot of people don't agree with, and for good reason. So with that being said, while I'm still working in the courts, I love looking for opportunities and being able to help people. So with the knowledge that I've gained around common law and natural law in particular, I've been sharing documents, and there should be one link to this if you've actually seen it and it's been shared appropriately. If it hasn't and you want to find the original and how to learn common law and even use it in the court systems and however, and even really explode some of the knowledge and lies that we've been taught about law in particular, it should be linked into it, but if it's not, then go to Irnieracing News or look that up. Another gentleman, Marcel Irnie, him and I have been working together, and he's the one who's been getting my videos first and foremost. And then if not there, you can go to Telegram and look up Common Law Essentials, and that's my own personal group, and that's where I share all my documentation with. So with that being said, some of the things that I've been observing in Canada right now in particular is Ambassador Bridge and Coutts. And of course, Ottawa as well is important, but I want to use those three locations, but primarily the two, Alberta, Coutts, and then Ambassador Bridge in Ontario, for particular reasons, because I've been observing the police interaction there. And what's really fascinating is the way that they have been behaving, especially in comparison to Ottawa, is very fascinating. So what they have just revealed to us as people, they are more willing to fight for the economic pipelines in and out of Canada than they are willing to fight for Parliament Hill in Ottawa. I've been to Ottawa myself, and needless to say, there are police there, but they're not really doing anything. But from the videos and even reports, contacts that I've connected with in Alberta and in Ambassador Bridge or that area, what's really fascinating is they are really fighting for those pipelines. So that gives me an idea. What can we do as people? Well, there's a couple of different things in particular. First and foremost, we need to learn to protect our people. So that means brothers and sisters, sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, everyone. So if you see someone being trespassed against, i.e. false arrests, police harassing them, any other form of abuse where somebody's trying to instigate an incident, here's what we need to do. If we want to protect those people, we need to be willing to step in, not fight. Like, we want to keep this peaceful. This is the whole intent of why we are doing what we're doing here in Canada. And it's spreading across the world. Like, everyone across this planet is seeing our message, and it's profound. Like, Marcel and I have been getting emails, and it just gives me chills thinking about them because we are being celebrated. But we all are being celebrated. Every man and woman who's been standing up for this is being celebrated right now. And so in that, we need to stand united. We need to protect each other. So if you see someone being falsely arrested and the police are there and you have more than enough people there, protect that man or woman at all costs. Now, don't get violent. this is my specification. Do not get violent. Do not pick a fight. Only protect. The more you protect each other and prevent from wrongful arrests, you take power away from those police because they have been under the wrong belief that they have power. They do not. They are paid corporate agents. What this means is they serve dual duty. They are a policy officer, i.e. police officer or law enforcement. This is their duty under the corporation. This is what's taking precedent or priority right now. Their secondary duty is a peace officer, which they're deeply failing at right now. Some of them are actually following up with this duty, but if they're probably still in the force and they're acting in that manner, they're not for the people, and they're not acting as a peace officer. So if they're acting as a policy officer, this means you have every right to protect yourself and defend against wrongful abuse, wrongful detainment, or in this particular instance, unlawful attainment, as well as illegal, because it is entirely illegal and unlawful. And this is what I also will specify in my documentation. If you want to know why I'm using these particular words, I clarify that. Now, so with that being said, let's protect our people. Second, they've exposed their weak points. Now, they being a generic group, there are so many people talking about who's working behind the scenes and everything. It's a big dark hole. I'm not going to go down that. There is a lot to it. But I want to keep it with just a beautiful, simple message that will allow us to start taking action. They've revealed their weakest point is economics. Why? If they're not defending Ottawa, and they're protecting Ontario, Ambassador Bridge, and Coutts more than they are protecting on Parliament Hill, it means that they are financially afraid. Now, what this also means is we can further recognize our power. So there's a variety of different ways. We don't necessarily need to shut down the borders in order to achieve what they've just shown us. What we can do is change the way that we shop and buy. This means no Amazon, no big box stores, Canadian Tire, big gas stations, anything. Anything that is a big corporation that is known as being a national corporation, stop buying from them if you can. Now, I'm not putting a hard fast rule on this. I want you to use your discretion and your intuition in this matter. But if you can, in any way, shape, or form, stop buying from those big box stores. Why? They are the corporations that fund this whole enterprise. If they lose funding, they're done. They can't pay for the police. They can't pay for any of the other social structures that they have in place, which we know are not for the people. I mean, I'm here in Quebec, and I can't even go to the hospital because I don't have that little card that's known as a vaccine passport. So that's the kind of world that we're presently living in. And so if we stop participating in this, including paying taxes, including paying tickets, I know it sounds ridiculous, and this is probably going to get me some resistance on some people's end. I'm okay with that. You know why? If you pay taxes, you're supporting this whole thing, all this COVID agenda and whatever else is in there. That word's probably going to be bleeped if you're watching this on YouTube, but if you are a part of this agenda, you're paying taxes, you're paying tickets, and you're buying from corporations. That's how they've been funding themselves. So you remove that, you remove their funding. Simple as that. So this video, I want to keep it at that. I'm going to actually do a secondary video after this, and I'm going to be going into other elements of what we can do within the court systems, because that's where my efforts primarily being focused right now is, i.e. helping Marcel with using common law in the courts and hold those accountable who have deeply committed wrongdoing, as well as many of the other individuals across Canada. So yeah, with that being said, remember, protect each other. Stand together. If you can go as a group, if you can do anything together, do it. And know your rights. I'm not talking about the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. I'm not talking about a constitution in any way, shape, or form, not the Bill of Rights or anything like that. Recognize your rights and freedoms exist within you, nothing outside of you. What that means is no piece of paper, no documentation can tell you what your rights and freedoms are. You get to decide that. When you recognize that and you know how to stand in that power, you have claimed your power back. So, with that being said, if you want to know more about how to take your power back and stand in your freedoms, there will be a document included in this. If it's not, I told you earlier in the video, Marcel Irnie or Irnieracing News or Common Law Essentials, you can find them there. They're both, well, my group is on Telegram only, but Marcel is on a bunch of different other platforms. So keep an eye out for that. Then for the other one, let's hit them where their money is. They're financially driven, so let's take away their finances. Let's cripple them. It'll be very easy to correct this the moment that they have no money. I hope that's as clear as possible. And with that being said, I'm not expecting you to join me in this. I am already participating in this. I haven't shopped at any big box stores, but also, furthermore to that point, I don't want to be considered a leader. We have enough leaders out there that are trying to claim the people's vote, if you will, without actually anyone voting for them. And I think it's time for that to come to an end. I only want to be as a man standing with the people. I'm here for you and myself, for our freedom that is with us from the moment we are born. So, man to man or woman, whoever you may be, let's stand united. Let's end this now.